Hello, and welcome to the Meta Magick Tarot comprehensive 32-week course on the Forest of Life calendar. And this is the first week, the week of Kether, Kether the Crown. And we can start this week, which is the first week of the course, with a little bit of information about what this course entails and how you can benefit from it, and some other details by way of introductory material. So, what is the Meta Magick Tarot course? Well, it's a unique course based on a magical calendar called the Forest of Life Venus calendar. The Forest of Life Venus calendar was first launched in 2007. It was the third of the calendars that I was inspired to design based on the movements of the planets. And so these are heliocentric movements, the orbits around the sun. So this is a calendar that tracks the orbit of the planet Venus. And that orbit is 224 days long, which is to say 8 months or 32 weeks. And the tarot, in its marriage to the Kabbalah, can be analyzed into 32 segments. And so this is what we were going to be doing. So in the weeks to come, there will be 10 weeks where we work through the numbers 1 to 10. So this week is the number 1, the aces, and next week will be 2, the deuces and threes, and so forth, all the way to 10, after which the course will shift to talk about the major arcana. So that's when we get into the tree of life diagram and the Hebrew letters. So we'll talk more about that as we get closer to it. But I just want to give you an overall sense of where we're going with this. So it's a 32-week comprehensive exploration of the tarot. It's a buffet. What do I mean by a buffet? I mean, it's a series of magical ritual, spiritual opportunities. So in the PDFs, in the videos, in the meditations, there are more activities, more things to do than you will probably have time to do, which means it's wise to pick a course, to pick something you find interesting and follow it through. And there's a wide variety of options available. So we'll have all sorts of little ritual techniques or magical opportunities that you can avail of or not, as the case may be. This is what I mean by buffet. It's all you can eat, but choose wisely based on pacing yourself, It's a ritual. So the act of meditating on and producing material and thinking about and conversing about the tarot in this way is that it links that process with the orbit of the planet. So we are yoking ourselves to the movement of the planet Venus. Planet Venus is associated with love, sensuality, art, and creativity. And so in this respect, the course is a tarot incubator. So every week has one or more tarot cards assigned to it. So in the first 10 weeks, there are usually 4 cards per week. So this week, the 4 aces. Week 5, the 4 fives. Weeks 2, 3, 6, and 10 are special because they also include the court cards. So weeks 2 include the deuces and the kings. Week 3 is the queens and the threes. Week 6 is the knights and the sixes, and week 10 is the pages and the tens. So sometimes during the first 10 weeks, it can be quite overwhelming. To make a tarot using this program, it is advisable to consider doing as much as you can during the week and then moving on to the next stage. And what will happen is, even if you don't absolutely complete your tarot in one sweep through the calendar, you can do it again. You can do a second pass, and that'll be enough time to fill the gaps. So now that you have this material, you purchased this course, this will be something that you can refer to again. So you can always sync up with the calendar if that's what you're doing. If you're doing this with me as part of a calendrical working, then you can sync up in subsequent years, and you'll have the material, and you can watch the videos, and you can do the activities again and have a dialogue with me, of course, in real time. But if you're not doing it as a calendrical timed operation, if you've decided to purchase this and do it at your own pace, that's okay too, because you can do it as many times as you want. I've designed it and developed it and recorded it in the correct weeks of the calendar. So I do use this calendrical method. And so that's something you might want to try if you're just buying these videos and buying the PDFs to work on your own. So give that some consideration, but whatever is most effective for you to learn this material, go with that. So Tarot Incubator, you can grow your own tarot. And of course, it is an original magical system, and it has elements of it that will be available to beginners, but it also has, I will say, quite advanced concepts and ideas, because a magical system is, in a way, a living, embodied engagement with philosophy. And so when you're practicing a magical system, you're learning to live a philosophy. And there is a philosophy behind this, which is strongly connected to the problem of time and how our society, for the most part, has ignored the nature of qualitative time. So magic is a way of regaining qualitative time. Certainly astrology is an example of that. And calendars, if you look at them across the world, often have a aspect that goes beyond measuring time to shaping it and sculpting it. And so this is the philosophy behind the Meta Magick. But there is also a high level of Kabbalistic and obviously tarot symbolism. So I will be using Hebrew formulas, I'll be using gematria, I will be constructing and sharing spells, I will be disclosing some material that is not available anywhere else. Some of it is from my own personal findings. This is not a traditional method. It's not a traditional course in magic. It's a form of meta magic, or really a form of experimental philosophy, ritual, symbolism, connected in terms of a calendrical practice. So there's lots of things in here that are very new and will feel maybe unfamiliar. But I encourage you to look at it as an original magical system and evaluate it in that light. If you have some experience in Kabbalah, you will find there are some jewels, especially as we get into the later weeks. So the last 4 or 5 classes will deal with some very advanced material and some very unusual ideas, and there will be all sorts of Kabbalah and magical spells. So if you've followed along and you've done your best to learn the basics, you will catch some glimmers of what's going on in the last few classes. But this is essentially a graduate course in new magic philosophy. Okay, it's a replayable program of transformation. Because I use it in connection to the calendars, of course, that transformation is yoked to the movement of the planet. Even if you don't use it in that capacity and just work through through a section at a time, you can avail of the power of these transformations. And so meditating on the tarot in sequence, learning, engaging, putting energy and attention into it in this way will trigger changes in your spirituality and in your energy and in your psychology. And those changes will move in a sequence. And the sequence is the numbers 1 to 10, followed by the tarot trumps the world all the way back up to the Fool, using the Rider-Waite-Smith deck as the primary example, but with lots of sort of discussion of alternate ways of doing it. So what this ultimately amounts to is a type of path working, if you've heard that term. Path working is sometimes called astral projection, but it is the use of the imagination to place yourself in the scenarios of the major arcana as they are mapped onto the tree of life as those paths. And when you do a path working, you will find yourself in intimate connection with those energies, and you'll start to learn things, and you'll start to assimilate the whole of the Kabbalistic tarot as a type of memory palace. And so most of my work has been to make this memory palace consistent and focused and usable as a method of time magic. So this is a form of time magic. And my definition of magic is the pressure of art brought to bear on time. So I hope that this will be something that yields fruit for you. So materials. So the materials you'll be working with are a weekly PDF, and these range in size. Some of them are under 10 pages. Some of them are more than 20 pages, particularly towards the end of the course. So I will be doing a video lesson that deals with some of the material in the PDF, but of course I won't have time to cover every single aspect. So you're encouraged to read the PDF, which you will receive at the beginning of the week. So it always starts on a Friday, and watch the video. The video will either come at the beginning of the week, or in the case of the week of the year in which I'm making this, it's going to come a little bit later. But if you've bought this course, then you should be receiving the video alongside the PDF. If you are in the live recording of this course, of course, the video will come a little bit later. The weekly meditation will be shot live, and again, if you're watching this, if you've bought this as a video course, then you will receive this at the beginning of the week. But if you're in the live course, you'll be participating in this with me, as well as we'll have an opportunity for questions and answers. And there will be lots of optional projects and materials. The way I designed this course, like I said, as a buffet, there's a ton of different things that you can do, and many of them are optional. So I'll make it clear what the through line is, but you'll have tons of side quests if you like side quests. All right, I hope you enjoy it. So how do you skillfully work the course? Well, there's definitely more than one way to experience it. But the main thing I'm going to say to you is pace yourself. If you start off trying to do everything, you might burn out. So it's better to give yourself a small goal and do it every day or every week, and do this over the course of all 32 weeks. And what I found consistently is that if you do a little bit consistently over time, you'll get better results than if you run full tilt at the beginning and then maybe run out of steam. Read the PDF, watch the video, do the meditation. And if you want, make a tarot deck. Make drafts. Don't expect perfection, and don't punish yourself if you skip a week. But consider that you can do this in several passes. Right, this is replayable now that you have the material. So you can use the Force of Life calendar, which is what I use, or you can go at your own pace. If you go at your own pace, great. You can do this as it suits you, and you can work through all this material. If you choose to use the Forest of Life calendar, of course, you're going to want to sync up with it. To do that, it's best to find me on Instagram, where I do keep a track of it. I have an account called 10,000 Tarots, or Forest of Life calendar, and you can find it there. And also Meta Magick Matrix on Facebook. And of course, there'll be links in the material that I send you. I have a newsletter you can also sign up to, which is one in which you'll get a spread of the week every week. So that's my newsletter. So you can find all this stuff in the package materials. And that's the ways you can, in a way, saturate yourself with this material. This is a calendar magic program. So the idea is you live inside of these archetypes, and that ends up becoming the experience of time. Again, the pressure of art brought to bear on time. And if you make a tarot deck in this context, you will find that it is intimately linked with your experience of this course, and with the deeper cosmic rhythms created by the orbit of the planets. Tons of optional projects and exercises. You can do them. Again, pace yourself. So another thing you can do, I'll just put this out there, is on Perseus Arcane Academy. I have a course. I have another little course. It's a 7-unit course called the Meta Magick Scrying course. It's got 7 modules in it. And each one of them has a creative project. And then there's a 28-day program at the end of meditation. So if, for example, you wanted to do the Meta Magick Tarot course, but you wanted to time it with me, and it was the new year was was far away. For example, if you bought this course and you said, I'm gonna do this with the calendar, but the calendar doesn't start. The new year doesn't start for another 10 months or whatever. Well, it wouldn't be 10 months, would it? Or 3 months. The course is only 8 months long. So if you wanted something before the Meta Magick Tarot course that would give you an advantage, this is it. This is a very tight series of exercises that create a type of magical field. And this is a big part of Meta Magick, is creating these fields of influence around you through meditation and through art, particularly arranged in specific patterns. So you might really want to have a look at the Meta Magick Scrying course, which could be a supplement for this course, and certainly give it a boost. Okay, and I guess that comes full tilt around to me, which I suppose I could have told you about at the top of this video, but why not tell you now? So my name is Peter Duchemin. I hold a doctorate in philosophy, religious studies, sociology. It's an interdisciplinary doctorate. I have been studying and practicing magic for a long time, and my approach is, I would say, it's a futurist approach. So I'm less concerned with accurate reconstruction of magic as it was practiced in the past, as I am in the ways that we can open up futures through imagination and intentionality and art. And so I'm an optimistic person. And I feel that calendars are a way that we can magically affect what occurs. Stream of becoming. So that effect, I've been a practitioner of Kabbalistic Tarot since 1995. So it's almost 30 years now, and I've been somewhat experimental. I'm not married to any particular school, although I've been influenced by different thinkers. I've been influenced by Golden Dawn. I've been influenced by David James Smith. I've been influenced by Aleister Crowley. I've been influenced by philosophy, Spinoza, Deleuze, uh, and such a wide variety of influences that there's no point in labeling it all. But that's me in a nutshell. So I hope that you enjoyed this journey with me, and we can maybe have some live conversations if you're enrolled in the course. Also, feel free to write me and ask any questions because I'm here to help you. So this concludes the introductory portion of week one, and so we can take a little break here, and we'll come back and talk about some of the content of the first package.